Hey YouTube, this is Connect90, and I'm gonna give you guys my updated profile of my Amateur Hero Beat deck. So I added some cards in there, and there's some details I might as well go to you guys at the end. So, but for now, we're gonna start off with the monsters. First, we got Stratos, just for searching, of course. One Amateur Hero Lady Heat. I added her in there because I figured that she can be really helpful in this deck for burning. Amateur Hero Heat, one for pretty much a beater and also for fusing, but can use for overlay if you use right. Next up, we got three Amateur Hero aliases, 319 beaters pretty much, and also good for Gemini Spark. Three Amateur Sparkmans, mainly because what I added here, which I will get to in a second. Good 16 beaters as well for no monsters, and good for overlaying. You'll see in a second. Three Amateur Claymans, no monsters, level 4, 2000 defense with good 800 attack power, and also used for the same thing, which I will get to for overlaying. Two Amateur Bubmans, level 4 monsters, and occasionally good for draw power if used correctly. In this case, in this deck, and also good for overlaying. And now what I add in here mainly is these two, Rescue Rabbit. I add these two cards in there mainly because of Sparkman and Clayman, because they're both no monsters, and I put three in there just because of these two. I can remove these, move Summon Rescue Rabbit, remove Special Summon 2 level 4 or lower normal type monsters with the same name, which I added 3 Bubmans, not Bubmans, 3 Claymans, and 3 Sparkmans, just for these two. Good for overlaying as well, so that's why I add these two in there. These two, well, Rescue Rabbit helped me out a lot better in this deck, because it helps me overlay a lot faster. So that's the monster setup, so now we get to the spells. First up is two of my power dualities. I call these my search / draw power, because I look at the top 3 cards from my deck, and it kind of helps with my draw power a little bit. So, and the thing is, even though I use it, I can't like special summon by the time I use this card. So, really good. It affects me a little bit, but not as much as I used it. 3 super polys, pretty much, out of course. Fuse out of my side of the field, my opponent's side of the field, either or, mainly to get these pesky monsters that I have trouble with out of the way. And pretty much it can't be stopped, which I say it's not true. It can be stopped in some way. 2 Gemini Sparks, mainly for popping with alias in this case, and also for draw power. Mainly for popping like an MST. 2 emergency calls for search, of course. Of course, you got these 3. 3 Miracle Fusions for pretty much fuse from the graveyard. Really useful in the combo when you're overlaying, when they use the effects like Excalibur Knight. Really useful. Rhoda or Reinforcement of the Army, also for searching. Or Monster Reborn, for special, of course. Darkhold as a staple, and Heavy Storm as a staple. So that's the spell lineup. Really good, it's really good. Now we'll go with traps, and the first up is Starlight Road. I'm going to take this out and try to summon for a bottomless for real, because when I use this deck, which I will get to the end, I barely have to use this though. It's a rare occurrence for me to use Starlight Road, because I rarely have to use it though, but it's really good for as a backup plan. Negates pretty much, you know, that destroys my monsters or cards, whatever. 1 Dimensional Prison. Need to get another one for real. Next up is 2 Phoenix Chains. 2 Phoenix Chains, I mean. Really good for stopping my opponent's abilities and preventing from attacking just for a while to get the cards I needed. But mainly just to stop my opponent's effect for going off. So it's really good. two Torrential Tributes, pretty much to blow up. One Solemn Judgment. One Mirror Force, just to, of course, get things out of the way. And Solemn Warning, only one, because of the ban list. And now that is for the trap card, or trap lineup. So now we're going to do my favorite, the extra deck lineup. First off, we start with Blade on the Ninja. Pretty much overlay, attacks twice. Really good. Hold on, got another one here. Here we go. 2 that Skyward Knights, pretty much for the all endgame beater. Good ability. Attack gets doubled once you use its XP materials. My favorite hero in this deck, in the entire freaking deck anyway, series of Shining, gets 300 for every elemental hero removed from play or banished in this case, and gets for me, and it's great for me to recycle. So it's really good. Of course, I got these two fail safes in this case. 2 elemental hero absolute zeros. I was thinking adding 3, but 2 is actually good enough. Pretty much what this guy does, which everyone knows what it does. Pretty much if it gets removed by any way, I mean by removed by any way, from graveyard, hand, like compose, or remove from play, destroy, whatever, all my opponent's monsters gets blown up. And it gains 500 for each one monster in the field set by itself. So really good for the beater and also for a failsafe. Stardust Dragon. Really mainly because that's why I had Starlight Road, which I am going to take this out for something else. I do have a Populapative, which I want to sub out, but it's really good. Number 16, Shockmaster. Really good failsafe for me, just to prevent my opponent from activating any kind of card effect with spells, trap, or monster effects. So really good as a failsafe as well. 1 Great Tornado for cutting things in half. 1 Escarada, mainly for the freaking mainly what this super power is for, because mainly now my opponent's gonna be using dark monsters, so I need to get another one for real. 1 Gaia, just to get things for like a Ryoku, just to cut things in half, and also for a beater or defense, however, for, and no master for draw power. So yeah, that is the whole deck lineup, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Now, to put things in perspective, I will say there are some flaws to this deck, because this deck here is an OTK build. Well, one of the flaws I'm noticing for real with this deck is that it uses up so much hand advantage. It uses up so much hand advantage because this, like I said, this deck is an OTK build, pretty much, and it will use up so much of your hand, and then you will have no cards in your hand left. That's one flaw. The second flaw is that this format that I'm using, it has so much heavy duty backfield, and I know you guys knows this. You guys probably would know about the trap lab anyway. This sucker uses so much heavy duty backfield because this deck isn't afraid just to get rid of itself, just to knock my opponent down. This deck isn't afraid to do so. It will it's like, how about this? It's like an all or nothing deck. This sucker is like, this deck will do anything to get rid of the opponent, no matter how crazy it will be. This deck will do anything. This is why it has some heavy duty backfield. Negate effects, blow up. I don't care how it says, like, I don't care how it do. It will do anything just to get rid of the opponent faster. Let's see. I think there's one more flaw I noticed in here. There's mainly slightly because of the draw power. I mean, the draw power is good, but like I said, from the power duality, it prevents me from special summoning. But the thing is, this deck is really good. Don't get me wrong. I tried this format out on Dream Wizards one time, and I came in late though, so I was like 0-2, but they let me play, which is actually kind of surprising to me. But I use this deck format at Dream Wizards, right? I only use 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Judgment, so that'd be dumb enough not to have just 1 and 1 because come on, I don't want to use up all my life points for that. But I used the deck in Dream Wizards. I beat 3 people straight with this deck. There's one guy who had like a all Yugi themed deck. Another one was I don't know what deck I was fighting. I guess it was like Machines with Destiny Heroes. I don't know what deck I was fighting. And last one, I was fighting against the Fairies with this one, which I was able to win. But it was kind of crazy. But otherwise, I didn't top with this deck though. But I did win 3 duels straight with no losses with this deck, except for the 2 losses that I came in late since I missed the 2 rounds. But again, this deck is really good, really concise, really consistent. I was thinking of adding the polymerizations in here, and I do have a Papalocta, which I will sub out for Stardust, because I really have to use them, and I mean really have to use them. But you know, all in all, its deck is really good. I love it. It's been really good. It's been really good. I love this deck so far. I love how far it's going to. I'm trying to get that new Ixie monster. Well, not new Ixie monster. That from the Zexal tin. That photon something. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I love it. I gotta get that card. But anyway, I love this deck so far, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This deck's been so good. I really love it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's Connect90. Please leave your thoughts and comments of what else I need to do with this deck, or how I make it better and consistent. But otherwise, hey. So leave your comments, thoughts, or whatever you guys want to do in the description box below. It's Connect90 signing out. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.